Hey guys, so I have not made a video. I think it's been about a month. I think that's like my thing now is I just don't make a video like that often, right? So the reason I decided to make a video today is because if you know me on a personal level and you are in touch with me on other social media platforms, I posted a video where I am promoting my business, okay? Because about 2 months ago, guys, I started working on a business, okay? And it's now coming to the point of fruition where things are starting to happen. So I made my going public video for people who are in my life. Maybe I'll post it on here, maybe I won't. Anything's possible, right? So the reason I wanted to make a video for my Live Openly Value Everyone channel is because I made bold statements on this channel and I made a bold statement on that video, okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you looked at my why am I doing this video and also my boundaries video, I said multiple times I don't care about money, right? But now I'm in a position in my life where I am starting a business where money is inevitable, right? So I see how it could seem like a contradiction, but just because I don't care about money doesn't mean that I want to live a life of poverty anymore, okay? And I intend to give back as much as possible. So what I wanted to talk about in this video today was in my video that I posted where I was telling people what I'm doing. I said, I am a minimalist, okay? That still stands true. And in my labels video, I know I said I don't like labels because it's hard to break out of that, but I still believe I will always have a minimalist mentality. And I wanted to explain that, what minimalism means to me, okay? So if we look at ourselves as an entity, it's kind of like no matter where you go, you're always going to have things around you, okay? Except for if you're like in the middle of nowhere, which I've done that just to have nothing, just been in the middle of nowhere. But even then, like I still had my clothes, like I still had things. So if you're thinking that a minimalist, like they have to have less than 100 things to be considered a minimalist, like I don't agree with that. The way I see it is you can have a million things and still be a minimalist. Because for me, a minimalist isn't how much you have, it's how much you're willing to let go of, how much you're not emotionally attached to, okay? So for worldly things, if I'm emotionally attached to something that if somebody takes it from me, I become distraught and my sense of peace becomes irate and it's gone, then I've lost more than that item. I've lost my sense of stability, okay? If you become emotionally attached to worldly things, to items, that if somebody takes them, or that you can't give it up when you know that somebody can use it more than you, then I think that that's not a minimalist mentality. But throughout my whole life, I've noticed that I'm not really emotionally attached to items that other people would be emotionally attached to. So, for example, money again. I do see money as an item, guys. It's a tool, it's an item, okay? And I think the reason that I avoided it for so long is because I was emotionally attached to it. I didn't have a lot of it, but anytime I lost any of it, I felt some kind of way. And I didn't like that. So I let it all go because I needed to prove to myself that I don't need this. I can survive without this. And I did that. That's why one of the reasons why I walked from California to where I am now is because I wanted to show that I could survive without money. And I did. I'm here. Also, a part of the minimalist mentality is I don't find great pleasure in talking about good deeds in the past because I don't do them for self-gratification or to get a pat on the back, but I am going to give a couple examples of the minimalist mentality in action, okay? So there was one day that I was going to an AA meeting because, like I said, guys, I did struggle with alcoholism and drug abuse, right? So I was going to an AA meeting and I went to a gas station and there was this guy there and he was intoxicated and we started talking. He's like, hey, can you get me something to eat or whatever? I was like, get whatever you want and I'll pay for it. So of course he grabbed like 2 beers and he came up to them. I paid for them, even though I was going to an AA meeting, guys, but because what I'm doing does not determine what somebody else may think they need or want, okay? What I'm doing, I'm not going to force what I'm doing on you. So I bought that for him, and he asked me, he said, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm going to an AA meeting. And at that point, he felt not so good about what he just purchased. And he said, oh, I've been trying to get clean. Can I go with you? I said, of course. So he gets in the car with me. And you guys, at this point, he does think I'm a male. So it wasn't as iffy of a situation. He thought I was a dude. And we go to the AA meeting, okay? And while we're in the AA meeting, he's stumbling trying to read the how it works page because he wanted to engage, but he was intoxicated at this point already. So since he became a distraction to those around him, me and him went outside and we sat down and we just talked about his life, and we found out that we had a lot in common, okay? So he had been in the military and we were in the same MOS. He lasted longer than I did, but he had PTSD. So we talked about that for a while, and he was like, hey, is there anything else that you can do to help me? And I said, I don't have a lot. I really don't have a lot, but whatever I have, I'm willing to give to you. And guys, it was the middle of winter, and I had on a sweater and a hat, and he only had on a t-shirt. So with my mindset, what I knew is, okay, I have other sweaters at home. And yes, guys, that was the sweater that I wore that day, which meant that I cared about it. I liked it. It was my favorite sweater. I wore it all the time. But he didn't have that. I had that. So I gave him my sweater, and I didn't feel some type of way about it. I felt grateful. I felt grateful that I was able to give something to somebody else. And, I was reading a blog before this about why minimalism is bad. And it's because if you just go away giving away your stuff, you might end up paying more in the future to replace that item. And you don't give away items with the intent to replace them. Yes, I said I knew that I already had other sweaters at home. So I was not afraid to go without. I was not afraid to be cold because I knew I had other stuff. But there have been situations, guys, where it wasn't that simple. So I love stories where people literally give the shirt off their back. So if you look at it from the way I see the world, right? And I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm rambling. And again, I don't edit videos. So if you catch something, you catch it. If you don't, it is what it is. But wherever you are in that moment is your world, okay? So where I am right now, this is my world. What I have is what I have. What's in my room, I don't have that, guys. I don't have it. So if I were to give somebody right next to me my sunglasses right now because it's bright, and I give it to them, and now I don't have sunglasses, right? No matter how long it is, but I'm now without that item. But I'm not emotionally attached to that item. Now, can I go get other ones? Yes, I can replace them. I think the point I'm trying to get at, guys, is that minimalism is a mindset. It's a mentality. It's not regarding the amount of stuff you have or do not have. At one point in my life, guys, I did make a vow of poverty because I believed that having anything was selfish and greedy. And when I had it, it was. When I had a lot of stuff, it was selfish and greedy because I was emotionally attached to my belongings. I would get mad if he took it. If a kid found my phone and wouldn't give it back to me, I'd, give me my stuff back. Like, what are you doing? Like, give me my stuff. I would get emotional over it, right? So when I let all of that go because I didn't like how it was making me feel. Again, if you watch one of my videos, I said I didn't like the feeling of being controlled, okay? And I felt like things around me were controlling me instead of me controlling them. So being a minimalist is having control over your emotions and your worldly belongings to the point where you know that you will be okay if you let them go. No matter how you let it go. If somebody takes it from you, if somebody just needs it more than you and you give it with an open heart, however you let go of that item is just the ability to let it go. Not hoarding everything that you have, thinking that if you don't have this, your world's going to crash, okay? And I sincerely believe that everything I think I know, I get tested on. Example of that. The business I'm starting, I don't currently have a lot of money, guys. Because if you've watched my videos, you could probably catch up on the pattern that I despised money. I hated it. Like, I thought the love of money was the root of all evil, okay? And not that long ago, I was talking to my sister, one of my sisters, and I told her that because I told her, I was like, I'm being put in this position where I'm being told to start making money because I'm getting pushed out of my environment where I'm going to have to financially support myself, or I'm going to be on the street again. And when I say again, guys, when I was on the street, it was a decision I made. I didn't have to be on the street. I chose to experience a homeless lifestyle. I wanted to know what it felt like. And it's hard, okay? And I know I can do it, but I'm choosing not to do that. So I am choosing to make my own money, okay? So when I told her that, I was like, it's weird being put in this position where I'm having to make my own money because it seems to go against everything I believe. And she said, what do you believe? I said that money is the root of all evil, so I don't want anything to do with it. She said, no, you gotta, let me correct you real quick. And she said, the love of money is the root of all evil. Loving money, not willing to let go of money, thinking that money is your savior, your oxygen, your everything. The love of money is the root of all evil, because if you love money, you will do anything to get it. Okay? I don't love money. I utilize money, but I will not do anything to get it. I'll work hard for it. I'll earn it, but I do not believe that I would compromise my integrity and my character in order to get it. Okay? So that's why I believe I'm a minimalist. Because let's say that I get all the money in the world, all of it, and something comes along that takes that from me. If I act irate and angry and malicious because that was taken from me, then I would understand people questioning my minimalist mentality. But if I have a lot of something, that doesn't mean that I'm not a minimalist. So I want to go to one character that I talk about a lot, Buddha, right? Again, the guy was a prince. He had everything. And when he decided to sit by the tree, it didn't mean that those things didn't belong to him anymore. He was just willing to let them go. He was willing to pursue something greater by letting go of his worldly possessions. Still belonged to him, but he let them go, okay? So it doesn't matter how much you own. It's if you're willing to let it go to pursue something greater. Makes you a minimalist. And I know a lot of people believe that if you're a minimalist, it makes your life easier, which is true, guys. If you have 100 pairs of pants compared to 5 pairs of pants, if you have 5 pairs of pants, it's easy to decide what pair of pants you're going to wear. You don't have to spend an hour deciding what perfect pants you want to wear. You only have 5 choices. If you have 100 pairs of pants, you're going to be going through them a lot longer. You're going to be washing them a lot longer. It's going to take a lot more of your time and a lot more of your energy. So yeah, part of it making your life simpler is having less possessions because there's less to focus on. But again, if you have 100 pairs of pants and you're not emotionally attached to them and they don't take up all your time, you can still consider yourself a minimalist. Guys, if you're willing to let those go to somebody who needs a pair of pants and you don't expect anything in return, then you're still a minimalist. So again, I try not to stick around labels, but I do have a minimalist mentality. Because a huge part of me believes that if I'm taken out of my life right now and put somewhere where my world is nothing, that I'll be okay. Because within myself, I'm okay. Within my heart and my soul, I'm okay. I'm happy. No matter what I have or do not have. So that's all I want to talk about today. Because I made a bold statement. I'm a minimalist. And I'm pursuing a non-minimalist lifestyle. Okay? So I just wanted to talk about that today. Also, if that was all, because I'm titling this one about minimalism, this is the point where I'm going to stop talking about minimalism, but I'm still going to ramble a little bit because there's some stuff I was thinking about, and I don't make videos that often, so I'm just going to get that off my chest while I'm thinking about it. If you watched my Living Open video, another day I do want to make another Living Open video, because even just after making that video, I started to notice things that I was like, I said I can't a lot. I can't do this anymore. You know, I still felt some type of way about the situations in my life because I was crying. I was being emotional, which is not a bad thing. I was still feeling emotional at that time, but I've grown past that. And I can do whatever I set my mind to, guys. When I talked about the hip surgery I got, and I was like, I can't jab too hard. I can't play basketball anymore. I can't squat. Let me tell you guys this. I squat all the time now. I play basketball all the time. I jab as hard as I want to because I'm not going to let something that I believe could happen hold me back from what I want to do. So I want to redo that at some point. Not take it down ever, because life is about progress, right? It's not about perfection. It's about growing. And throughout my videos, I hope that what is able to be conveyed is the growth of an individual, right? So I've been getting told that my videos are too long. I don't really care, because again, I do that for me, guys, and if you decide to watch, I'm grateful. I appreciate your support. It is what it is. Oh, also, last thing, I promise. If you guys are like, what is your goal with this live openly, value everyone thing? So the reason I'm also starting the business venture is for financial gain in order to get more worldly possessions, right? And one of those possessions that I'm trying to get, guys, is a truck, because I want to have live openly, value everyone to turn into a nonprofit where I can actually go out and help those less fortunate, okay? Just get to know new people. And guys, since I did the homeless thing, even before I did that span of experiencing homelessness, I would hang out with a lot of homeless people. And I don't like calling them homeless, because for them the world is their home, okay? Everybody has a home. It is what you make it. But I refer to them as homeless people so that we have an understanding of the group of people I'm talking about, okay? My heart is with them a lot of the time. So I want to go out and be able to talk to them and get to know them and maybe help them find a path to something better, unless that's what they want, unless they want to be homeless. And if that's what they want, then maybe we could just have a good meal. But I want to start a live openly, value everyone nonprofit. So this is my kind of the longest introduction to a nonprofit ever. But I have goals, guys. And that's one of my ventures. So live openly, value everyone is one venture, and then my business venture is another. So if I was thinking about it, this online universe that we create is kind of weird, because my live openly, value everyone is completely, I wouldn't say opposite from my business venture, but it does kind of seem like they two different things can happen from both of these. And I could go on two different completely paths while I'm doing these, and then if they come together, people would be like, wait, right? So we'll see what happens in the future. I just wanted to update you guys a little bit about what I was doing and post another video because it's been a while. Life is good. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm passionate, guys. I'm so passionate, and I hope you're happy, and I hope you're content, and I hope you're passionate, and I hope you're living your best life, because I am. Because life is too short to be miserable, and times are tough right now, from what I'm hearing. And you're probably like, what do you mean from what you're hearing? I don't see it, guys. I'm not seeing it so much. I hear about it a lot more than I see anything, okay? I hear about all the struggles. I hear about all the pain. I'm not seeing it so much, which is another reason I travel so much. I want to see what people are talking about. So I was talking to one more person, and they said, I'll start living my life again once the world stops burning. And I said, the world's only going to stop burning once we stop allowing it to. So you guys, let's go live our lives, okay? I love you. Wish you the best, and that's where I'm going to end it today.